Hello guys, good evening. How are you today? Fine? Alright, hope you were fine. So let's begin our class. Yep. So let's correct the exercises from last class. Okay. Wait, here. So I already wrote all the answers, so we are just going to discuss and talk about it a little bit. So the exercise number 2, from here. Remember guys what we talked about last class, like some adjectives, they are used differently, depends on the situation, on what are you talking about. If you're talking about places, buildings, things, people, or clothes, right? So you were supposed to find the mistakes in the sentences, and the other ones were right. So the ones that are wrong was number 1. I remember I already told you. So do you prefer ancient or modern furniture? Why? The correct is antiquity. Okay? Do you prefer antiquity or modern furniture? Because I'm talking about thing. So antiquity. And number 4, do you live in an elderly building? I'm talking about buildings. So do I use elderly? What is elderly? No, because elderly I just use for people. So in this case, I have to use old. Okay? Because I'm talking about buildings. So the closest one is old. And number 6, do you like visiting antique rooms when you are on holiday? I'm talking about places, rooms. So the correct is ancient. Okay, did you understand? So guys, always pay attention to what are you saying if you're talking about places, buildings, things, because if you are talking about like a specific thing, you have to be careful on what adjective you are going to use to describe. Okay? Muito bom, very good. So moving on to page 36. Let me take my book because here is too small. I also wrote the answers. So to exercise number 2, because number 1 you were supposed to discuss and to tell me something about if you have a hero from a film or a story or a real life, remember? And the number 2, you're supposed to read the blog about Avatar and say which topics are mentioned. And the topics mentioned are number 1, the writer's opinion of the film. Number 2, technology used in the film. Number 4, the success of Avatar. And number 6, a particular hero in Avatar. Okay? I'm just see if, yes, because on my previous video I was recording and then my video stopped and I was like still talking and talking, and when I saw like it has stopped, it was so sad. But alright guys, did you like the text? Do you have any questions? Do you have any doubts? Don't forget to let me know, okay? Send a message on the app or on my WhatsApp and I will help you, okay? Moving on, exercise number 3, you're supposed to read the blog more carefully, remember? Like with more attention, and answer true or false. I justify the answers for you, okay? Not all of them, but a few. So the number 1, Avatar was better than he expected. True. If you guys are too young, but when Avatar launched it was like a huge success, and I think everybody liked it and like didn't expect it that good. So cool. Number 2, he is disappointed that the story is basically just about heroes and violence. False. The old story of heroes and violence is brought into the 21st century by the vision and technological skill of the director. So it's false. He's not disappointed because of that. 3, Cameron worked on Avatar for several years in the late 90s. False. He worked on the script in 1994, but not for several years. Okay. 4, part of Cameron's inspiration for Avatar was the film 2001: A Space Odyssey. Number 4, true. That's correct. 5, Titanic was the first film to make over $2 billion. False. Avatar was the first film to do this. And I thought Titanic was the best, but Avatar came and destroyed everything. Alright. 6. He is irritated that heroes is a theme of so many films. False. We do not know that the writer is irritated by this. So probably the text don't say that. We cannot affirm that. So it's false. 7. Sully is a hero because he decided to do what he thinks is right. It's true, and I have an explanation for that. Sully decides to do the right thing even though this puts him in danger. So that's why he is considered a hero. Okay, pretty nice. Exercise 4 is supposed to also discuss and tell me your opinion. And exercise 5 from the other page. Remember this exercise? I thought this exercise pretty confusing. Yes, because we have like sentences and we have expressions and we have the text. I don't know, I'm a little slow for this, but I think you guys are pretty smart, so I think you did correctly. So I wrote here the answers. A time before. The expressions that refers to a time before is until I actually... Opa, escrevi errado aqui. Actually saw it, and for the previous 12 years old. 12 years old, no, for the previous 12 years. By reading this, you can understand, yes, they are talking about a time before some event. It's clear. A time after. After that, of course, he decided, since he saw the epic film, from that point on. So all this expression refers to a time after something else. Cool. A specific time. In December 2009, at that time the technology wasn't available. So these two expressions, it's like clearly refers to a specific moment, in a specific time of the story. And the last one, actions at the same time, throughout the whole film, during its release, while I was watching. This one, it's also clear that actions at the same time. Throughout, guys, it's like during the whole film, okay? During its release and while I was watching. Okay, it's clear to me. Yeah, guys, clear to you? Perfect. Good. I think you knew already these expressions. It's good for us to remember. And exercise number 6, I'm gonna read the sentences for you, okay? Number 1 is during. During the summer, he traveled around 7 European countries. Number 2, I changed schools when I was 12. From that point on, I loved school. Number 3, I moved house last week. For the previous few months, I'd lived with my parents. 4, the Great Fire of London happened in 1666. And we're not talking about just a year or just a month. 5, she was chatting throughout the whole maths lesson. 6, I left university last summer. After that, I got a job working in an advertising agency. I met James last year. Since then, we have been seeing each other a lot. China was ruled by emperors, number 8, until the beginning of the 20th century. I had a great time when I was at university. At that time, I was sharing a flat with 4 friends. While I was waiting for you, I finished my book. Okay? Muito bom, guys. Perfect. Very good. So, before we continue to the grammar, I thought that we could review some grammar points from Unit 2 and then from Unit 1. Okay? So that, like, we don't go too fast. I don't know if I'm going too fast or if I'm explaining well. So I think it's better for us to stop a little bit and review a few stuff. Okay? Alright, so for today, I had prepared some exercises that I'm gonna tell you. Guys, this exercise, you have two options. You can do at a notebook, for example, just by looking at your computer or your cell phone, and then you do in a workbook and then you check. Or I'm gonna send you this document, and if you have a printer, you can print and do in a paper, whatever you want, okay? Because you don't have to send me the answers, it's not necessary. From these papers that I'm gonna give you today, I'm gonna give you the answers right next to class. So we're going to discuss together and talk about it, okay? So it's not necessarily you need to send me. So you can do in a notebook, in a paper, you don't have to print if you don't want. Okay? So let's start from this one here. It's all about grammar, okay? Grammar from Unit 2. In this exercise, what you have to do, you have to read the sentence. It's about comparative. Remember, it's more, as far as, So decide whether you agree or disagree with each statement below. So if you circle number 1, you strongly disagree. If you circle number 2, you slightly disagree. Number 3, neither agree or disagree. 4, slightly agree. 5, strongly disagree. Deve ser agree aqui, né? Porque já tem o strongly disagree aqui. Gente, tá escrito errado aqui, ó. Tenho certeza que tá errado. Então, ó, number 5, strongly agree. Porque o 4 slightly agree and 5 strongly agree. Então, exclui esse this aqui, tá bom? Circle the appropriate number next to each statement. So you are going to read the sentence, and if you agree or not, you circle the number that you think it's better for you. It's personal. So, for example, moving abroad is more suitable for single people than families. I strongly agree, so I'm gonna circle number 5. If you travel to another country alone, you will make new friends more quickly. I slightly agree. I will circle number 4. So it's your opinion. So you do all these, blah, 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 blah. After that, after you circle all the numbers, you're going to rewrite the sentences using the more suitable comparative according to what you circled. So, for example, I'm going to give you one example from here. It's easier. For example, moving abroad is more suitable for single people than families. Might be changed to moving abroad is far more suitable for single people than families. Okay, understood? Remember the modifiers that we learned? Far more. Let me find in the book so we can. Here, the more people who. Just as, slightly bigger, this kind of modifying, okay? So you are going to rewrite all these sentences according to your opinion. Done? Good. So these are the paper. If you want to do here, you can pause the video and just do it. Okay? Cool. Next one. Here. As we don't have pairs, sorry, we're just gonna do the first part, okay? So if I send you this paper, oh my gosh, I forgot, this file, you just do the first one, okay? Or you can do the second one, you can choose, okay? Doesn't matter. What you have to do, you have to make questions. So you have a sentence. The Netherlands is directly north of Belgium. You have the answer for your question. You have to make the question according to this. So I'm gonna read one example for you. Peraí, para não mostrar todas as respostas. Number 1. Which country is directly north of Belgium? So see, the Netherlands is directly north of Belgium. You're gonna make a question. Which country is... Já esqueci já. Which country is directly north of Belgium? Aí a resposta tá aqui. The Netherlands, Holland. Porque a ideia seria vocês fazerem a pergunta e a outra dupla responder. Ok? Mas como não temos duplas, então vocês só vão formular a pergunta para vocês terminarem de formular a pergunta, só isso. Aí não precisa fazer de tudo isso, tá bom? Vocês podem escolher ou Student A ou Student B. Os dois vocês têm que formular a pergunta, Okay? Good. And the last one is this one here, perfect proverbs. Remember present perfect and present simple. Quer dizer, present perfect simple and present perfect continuous. Okay, so what you have to do, first of all, you have the verb here in the parentheses. You have to change this verb according to the grammar. Which grammar fits better? Alright, after that, you have to find here in these letters the correct proverb that fits here. So for example, in Portuguese we have a lot of proverbs, right? I'm not good at this, guys. Aqueles provérbios brasileiros. Quem não tem cão, caça com gato, esse tipo de coisa. No inglês também temos. Então esses são os provérbios in English. Então vocês vão ler a situação aqui, aí vão completar o verbo com a gramática correta e depois decidir qual provérbio encaixaria melhor nessa situação. Eu vou dar a resposta do primeiro, ok? Deixa eu ver, pra não errar, né, gente? Porque... Ai, meu Deus, mostrei todas as respostas. Não olha, hein? Tenta fazer sem olhar. Ok. É muito... have just done and letter C. Okay, I have just done a practice test for my English exam and I got 85%. So, I will definitely pass the real exam next week. The best proverb is letter C. Well, you shouldn't count your chickens before they are hatched. Okay, makes sense. It's understandable. So, trying to do the others, okay? I'm gonna give you the answers already and then you can correct yourself. But first of all, practice by yourself at least the verbs, the verb transformation. That is the most important thing. The proverb is just a detail that is interesting for you. For your vocabulary, it's pretty good for you. Okay? And that's all, guys. I'm not gonna ask, let me see if it's recording, please. Okay. Ufa. So, I'm not gonna give you more grammar things. Let me see. This is from Unit 2. I tried to give you vocabulary and communication exercise today, but the ones that I have here is just, it's better working in pairs, so it's not gonna work. I'm gonna prepare something different or more specific for next class, okay? So for today, that's it, okay? It's a lot of exercises for you to do. Don't forget the writing, guys, that I've asked you last week, I think. Yeah. And don't forget the workbook as well, okay? And that's all, guys. Let's go slow down. Let's not go too fast. Let's see, easy going, easy peasy, okay? And that's it, guys. Don't forget to tell me if you have any problems or any questions. I'm here for you. I'm here to help you, okay? Count on me. So thank you very much, guys, for today's class, and I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy doing your exercises, and that's it. Bye bye.